Hey friends, I'm Prairie Vintage, and I know I'm back with another reading. You don't have to listen to this unless, of course, you were called to listen to this, but it's coming through very strong. You know that I'm needing to do this. This message here is coming through as a download, but I didn't want to just like when I get downloads, it kind of flows through me, and so I wanted to get the download here for whoever needed to hear this, but I do feel, and this could certainly include my own energy in some way here, because it was really pulling through as you need to hear this. So I'm going to be laying cards out. We have the uncreated. I'm not really going to be revealing too much of these cards here. I'm just going to be downloading because this is how it's coming through, which is very different. The peacock's tail, we have the uncreated. Let's keep going here and see what this download is about in regards to this communication coming through for the collective. And we have gold. Wow. Uncreated, peacock's tail, and gold. And Mercury. I do feel two more here, and then I'm going to be channeling this. We have Pluto. And we have against nature. Yeah, I was wondering why everything seemed totally fine until I put down Pluto and against nature. So what's at the bottom here? We have Earth's heart. So give me a minute here to tap into this energy, and then we'll go through this download and see what's pulling through. Okay. There might be more to this message. I sure hope there is, because it seems very simple. I feel as though there is something here, okay, that you're really going to manifest and about to give birth to, like the gold, okay? It's not created yet. And I feel like we've been really trying to think of different ways here to support this, to give it life, to give it birth, to reach a peak manifestation, or for it to come into fruition in some way. And I think we've really been everywhere, okay? Like everywhere in our mind. We might have done everything or been really open, very open here, and very much in an energy of supplying energetically to this creation. But I feel there's still something we're not able to see about this that we don't quite understand. And so there is, with the Mercury card here, talking about communication. And so I don't know whether this communication is helping you see the thing in which you're needing to see in order for you to have the manifestation. And so it might be throwing you off. Because when we hear communication, it could certainly be tarot card readings, but when we hear communication, there is something between the lines not being seen, not being said. I heard not being said. So we don't see it. So we might start to work with the stuff that is seen and said, and we're turning that information over and over. I feel there's an energy here of turning this over, but I feel like it still hasn't created or manifested the thing. And so now I feel like there is this energy of Pluto coming in and against nature. And this is all about the shadow side and resistance and going against, and maybe being in the dark. And I think you're experiencing darkness in an area of not understanding, and it's producing the opposite of what you want. With against nature, like the opposite is what's happening here. At least this is what you see. But in reality, something is being manifested, and it is gold. It is true. And there's calcification under that. And autumn, the harvest, something manifesting. So, okay, this is the energy I'm getting. I feel you might be very discouraged, okay? Maybe you're losing hope of something here. Again, the hope pulling through. Because I think your reality is darkness. Like, I feel like the thing hasn't happened here. There's resistance. There's all the things around you. Your environment is showing you opposite. And so although we've been racking our brain and we see what's going on in front of us, and so we should just accept this reality, right? So like we're seeing what's in front of us as reality. And so we want to accept this reality so that we can, you know, be working with real stuff here is how I feel. But really what the divine is saying is the manifestation is in between what we don't see, that this creation is still in gold sort of status here, but we don't see it. And we're kind of in this Pluto against nature energy, which isn't really going to help us because we could get very discouraged. And so something feels very stuck here, but it's about to break loose in order for there to be the I guess the reward or the harvest or the thing, the gold, the thing that you've been trying to create here, give life to. You've been trying to give life to something. Look, agape. So this is like having, you know, a belief in something greater than self, like having like a divine experience with agape. So it's like we can't see, you know, like we see a sunset, but really what the sunset represents is something that we're not really able to put in a physical form, which is a miracle of the sun rising or the sun setting. It's like the beauty in that, witnessing that experience, and that experience is that in which we cannot catch. And so I feel like there's something here that's can't be put into words for sure. I think you might be trying to box something in the physical that is not being seen right now because it can't be boxed, but it's there. It's certainly there. The vow. So it's like a greater commitment to something, you know, like a dedication to something. Like I said, agape is like committing our belief to something greater and being committed to the outcome of something. I feel you're losing hope. This is why I'm coming through again with these message. This is very specific, you know, like maybe not for everyone here, but there is a loss of maybe a vision of something coming into fruition. And I think it's something you've been really working on here, you know, and that's why Spirit keeps coming through, because it's like, don't throw in the towel here, collective, because we're not seeing it with our eyes, you know, or maybe we're seeing that sunrise or that sunset, but the beautiful thing that we were really trying to manifest, you know, of the experience is something we might not be in seeing just yet. Although, I don't know, this is interesting. The bridge. And one more. The bridge. That's more rainbow energy with the hope. And I was getting from the peacock's tail, this rainbow, like different ways to see something here. But I feel like you've been seeing things, and it's not even about how you're seeing so much as don't put so much weight in what you're seeing. The threshold so close, and look, the flame here. I feel like okay, so I'm getting information here in regards to I think there was a flame, because this is the inspiration, and I feel like we might be removing ourselves slowly here, because I feel we might be giving up on a belief of this thing. And although we were finding our way to it, And we somehow got lost along the way with our belief because we didn't see it. And so there's something we're not seeing. Okay. So, sorry, sometimes these are quite cryptic. And like I said, not everyone's going to be understanding what this is about. But if you resonate, then you'll know exactly what this is talking about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some more of these. And then I'll get some shadow cards and see if there's anything else in regards to maybe anyone else or any energy here that you're needing to know about. So Spirit, okay, what is collective then needing to know? So we have lightning. Okay, and this is about the rebirth. So something's in this egg, and we can't see what's in the egg here. And the snake is all about the process of healing, and lightning could be something quite sudden here. Okay, so what is this? Venus. So Venus is certainly about love, and we see the copper with some patina here. Some sort of appearance that might be, again, appearing in one way, but it's something else. I dropped a whole crap load of cards, and we got a lot of repeats. I don't know if I... Okay, well, we got against nature. We got to the gold again. Okay, now we have the yellowing with more snake energy. So this is something dying off, dissipating, yellowing, losing hope. Losing hope. And look, here's the sun splendor. This is the thing we want to manifest, because this is true, you know, bliss, utopian future here. We're seeing two birds here. This is like 10 cups energy. And Mars is coming through. This is being empowered, but it's like being able to say the right things, not necessarily aggressive, but more assertive energy here. I feel more assertive energy than it is aggressive, but I think it's time to, and chaos. It's time to do what exactly? Because I feel you feel there's chaos. And so when there's chaos, we can't really take action because we don't see in what we're taking action. And so I feel like your only other choice here is to dissipate, like to let it die or to lose the hope or that it's not happening. Meanwhile, Spirit is showing that this rebirth is assured. This is this gold that's within this egg is about to be hatched here into this beautiful manifestation. But it's our perception of what we see isn't exactly what's real here. Okay, so you're kind of not really giving me too much. I don't know. So what is it then, Spirit? I'll leave it open to Spirit to tell us what we need to know further. Then can we get deeper into this message for the collective? Then why are they hearing this message? What do they need to know exactly? Clear and concise. Yeah, all over the place again. I'll pick them up. Yellowing. The alchemical wedding. This is like coming together. This is like a marriage, a union. Neptune, our consciousness being cracked open. This is a dream state, like things that happen sort of in Neptunian energy. They're not really real because they could be very fantastical. Like they're again, like I said, the energy behind the sunset. And here we have iron. This is something very solid, very stable. Okay, and then we have all these others falling out. Okay, so sulfur. I'm getting lightning energy because the sulfur, this is like used for the geyser to have a breakthrough. And although, yeah, we were seeing calcification. Something's about to have a breakthrough here. Something's about to come into life with the reddening. So it's going from yellowing and dying off and dissipating to reddening and coming to life. Here we have the gold again. So it's certainly a gold, and the Mercury again. Okay, and that the Mercury is communication, but sometimes it's like what we don't hear. You know, the fine print maybe we don't see, or the gaps in what's not said might be something that we're hanging our hat on. But meanwhile, and look at the golden rose, the manifestations in the middle. And this is all about all of the different difficulties, you know, the thorns, the ups, the downs. It's kind of like giving me the spiral, you know, we were going backwards, and we're having to navigate to get maybe to a place here that I don't know, like we can't quite get to. We can't get there. Smoke, not seeing. Raven's head, the calling. It's like we can't go back. And sometimes we, with Raven's head, sometimes we wish we could sort of unsee, but it's like we can't unsee, you know, we can't unsee. And we're called into action. Peacock's tail again. Different ways of seeing something. I feel you have been seeing something in many different ways. And the Virgin's milk. So Virgin's milk sometimes is like this belief we have that is untrue, because it's the best thing we can hang on to. It's the understanding that maybe is there, but it's glossing over a greater truth of something. But I don't think you are in denial of something, pretending it's perfect. I feel it's kind of the opposite energy of this. So against nature, which is there's something better here, like gold. But I think you're dismissing it and saying, either you're saying it's too good to be true, or my experience has been this, and therefore I'm losing hope on this manifestation, because of every way that I've kind of seen it is in a way here that I still haven't experienced, you know, the gold yet. So now I'm going to call it a spade a spade. And you're calling this spade something that maybe just isn't worthy of your time. But I mean, I don't want you to waste your time if that's not, you know, but this message is coming through very clear, because I feel like maybe you're really going to give up or lose hope, or you don't see it. Like you just don't see it anymore. So Spirit, what does the collective then need to know here? Like, what are they being guided to do? What are they being guided to do here in this? So we have the ring. This is giving me the offering again. The ring is, could be about a commitment to something. I think we have been committed to something, and we might have been experiencing cycles. We might have experienced cycles here. Are we amidst another cycle, and maybe we just don't want to repeat a cycle here, which would make sense. But I feel like maybe we are learning from this. We are moving forward. Look, the lover with the swan. So it's a choice here. It could be in regards to love or partnership, you know, but I feel something you love could be like full potential here. Look, the offering. The offering, the ring, commitments. I don't know, you guys, like, were you like wanting to commit yourself to love, like to something you love, to someone you love, and make an offer here? But I feel you, feel there's something unsaid, and maybe you haven't said it. And it could be that this situation is dissipating. Uh-oh. The unseen. You guys. I don't know who I'm reading for, but I'm about to cry again. This is kind of sad. So, I feel this is kind of sad. I feel like, I do feel two energies here, okay? But I feel I'm reading for, well, I could be reading for either side, but this message is coming through. I feel one side here is no longer invested here, is what I feel, because I feel one side has not yet communicated. It hasn't been expressed. It hasn't been witnessed. Like, we see the sunset and we see the sunrise, but there's some unspoken thing here that hasn't come. And so the other energy here, I feel, is the one that's supposed to make a choice here to take some sort of action and make some sort of commitment of offering here. Okay, like, I don't know, two energies could be you and this creative project, you and this some other person, you and a community of sorts, okay? But I feel like maybe the other side is now having, I don't know, like reservations or not available or something here, or losing hope, or there's the situation is dissipating. Like with the threshold, I feel it was hot, and now there's like, yeah, now there's like space here, and I don't know, like maybe this is why this impromptu message, like there's a need to do something. I feel if you're resonating as a side that hasn't been completely authentic with expression and going against maybe what you're wanting to say, or a commitment or an offering of something, like it's left unspoken. And so this other side has no idea, like has no idea here. And it feels very sad. It feels very sad because I feel like I could feel both energies here kind of wanting to align, okay, with the sun's splendor, with that coming together, like with that alchemical wedding. It's a very cohesive sort of ability to come together here, but in order for it to come alive, for it to give birth to this gold, I feel there's an action here on the side that has been not, for whatever reason, shapeshifter. So we have to adapt, and we have to sort of do something here in order to make something happen. Okay, so I feel two energies. I feel like I might be reading for the person who's being called to take action here. Okay, if you don't feel like you can do anything about this, you know, because you know, it sort of is whatever it is, and you're working with a situation here where you feel you've been completely able to put all your cards on the table, because that's the energy I was first getting with the rainbow, like you've done everything. And now I'm getting an energy of the other side here that is supposed to, I say supposed to because I feel this is like the calling here, like the raven's head. Like the calling is make a commitment, do the offering here. There's a need to adapt to something and not to be just invisible to this and make this choice. But we're not. And I don't know why we're not, but I feel like this is creating this gap or this space, this discord, this loss of hope, and I don't feel it's good. This is making me cry. So I don't know. The Father. So we have the uncreated, and now we have the Father, and we saw Mars. Okay, Mars is taking action, Emperor energy. Father is Emperor energy, taking action. And the Father does the right thing because the Father is safe, provides security, provides commitment, stability, offers some sort of protection here, not Pluto energy or like resistance. And this is sort of what I see here. So one more of these, and then we'll pull the shadow, and then we'll pull the archetype cards and see if we see more. Oops, I dropped a card. So we have the castle. The castle. So we sometimes barricade ourselves in our castle, the familiar, rather than leave the security of our castle so that we're not seen. And I think this is requiring some sort of shift with the peacock's tail, like being different, like doing something different, you know, like leaving the castle in order to adapt to a situation here that maybe is outside of our comfort zone. So we could burrow the gold here, which I think is definitely worth it. I feel you definitely see this, but I don't know. I feel like the decision you're making here to remain in the castle is I don't fully understand outside of just you not wanting to leave your comfort zone. So let's see, Spirit, can we get some more for the collective here for what's going on in this message? That was really sad. Lizard. So the lizard's the dream state. The lizard could be cold-blooded and wandering a desert state. And also there's a regeneration of the tail, which I'm getting shape-shifting. I feel like maybe we don't, like, one, we don't want to leave our comfort zone. But I feel like maybe we feel like we wouldn't be able to recuperate from something, like if there was a rejection or like, but meanwhile our tail will grow back, you know, but we might feel like we couldn't put ourselves back together here. I don't know. There's a cactus here. It's talking about an environment here that's just not very good. You know, an environment with a cactus here, it's not really giving you sustenance in some way. And here we have the hippo. This is the gold, big joy, and Jupiter energy, abundance, something abundant and huge. But yet I feel the environment here is like desolate and cold. And the house cat. So house cat, I think we don't want to leave their comfort zone. So we can only go so far. So we only go so far, but I feel like the message here is, I think there's a reason you have to leave your comfort zone. I mean, it's up to you, but I see gold, I see sun splendor, I see alchemical union, I see an offering and a commitment and a ring and I don't know, a promise of some sort of future here. Avenger, light attributes, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of cause. So Avenger, make something right here with the scales of justice. I need to take action with Mars. Warrior, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Again, that lizard's tail. Like, what if I get hurt here? There's a need to take action, to make something just, to be in this warrior spirit, which would require you to do something outside your comfort zone. And I feel like you're not taking action when you should, but I feel like there might be a consequence, which we'll look at. Femme fatale. Okay, highlights the erotic energies of feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. I feel like there's a fear of rejection here. I really do. And I feel we're attracted to someone or some situations really pulling to us here, but we're scared of getting rejected or of an outcome. Student. So I feel like, yeah, we feel out of our element. Like we're out of our element here as a student. We're not confident in our ability to make things right here. Like we can't just move into warrior energy when we feel like we're a student. Although with the shapeshifter, it's requiring you to be in warrior energy so you can bring some sort of justice here, even if you might feel like you're going to get rejected, in order to create something gold, which is, I feel, going to require you to leave the comfort of your home, you know, something big, something very blessed here for you, for both sides here, whatever this thing is, okay? I feel a lot of you guys, it could be a connection here, but I mean, something femme fatale. It certainly sounds like, you know, someone we're attracted to here, but I don't know. Let's see. So what is then, if the collective isn't to take action? Okay, the side I'm sort of, I guess, tapped into right here, because it seems like I've been tapped into two sides here. What is then the consequence here? Like, because we know the beauty is alchemical union and coming together. Okay, but let's see, what is the consequence here then of the side I'm reading here that doesn't step into this energy of shapeshifter? the cave. Oh my goodness. So this is like darkness. This is staying in our comfort zone. Trying to lure someone into our comfort zone, but it's very dark. I don't think any, I was just gonna say, I don't think anyone's wanting to go into the darkness here. I feel you're in the darkness, you know, whatever I'm reading here for. The comfort zone is dark, you know, and that's the cactus energy. The environment is not a good place. So what's going to happen then? You maintain in the dark. Like, I feel the bottom one. The ring again. Another cycle. Another cycle of staying in the dark, or I'm getting like loneliness here, you know, a cycle here. But we can make a commitment to something here that's everlasting. Or maybe we're afraid that it won't last, this commitment, but I don't see that. But I feel like the cycle here of staying in this cave, because I'm asking specifically about the result here, if collective that I'm tapped into isn't going to shapeshift and come out of the comfort zone. This is Kairos, which is the right thing to say and the right time to do it, and we take action. You know, I think we were in observer mode, and I don't think we've taken action, or it wasn't the right time for us, or we didn't feel it was the right time. And this is all about divine timing, right? Action. And so I definitely feel the time is now, but I feel like we might have missed our time. I feel we might have missed our time. Okay, Spirit, what? Because I'm asking about what would happen here, and I feel like if we're a student, this is all about knowing exactly what to say and do. Like, it just comes to you naturally. I feel like whatever you need to do is going to come to you naturally, that there is no need to worry, you know, that there is no need to think you're not a warrior here. Okay, pull 2 cards. The empty room. I'm getting this cave energy again, and this is the uncreated energy. There's nothing in the empty room. Nothing is created, so we still don't create the thing. We still stay in some sort of darkness without a creation. And look at the threshold again. Like, we're in the darkness. And I think we want to go into the warmth here, you know, and the femme fatale, and the fire could be really like intense. Like, maybe we think we're going to get like burnt to a crisp here, potentially. I don't know. That's not what I saw. I saw the alchemical wedding, like I said, and all this beauty and the sun splendor and all of this beautiful stuff. But I feel that's your energy, is like you're really afraid you're going to get roasted here. You know, maybe it's very, very, very intense. And so we stay in the comfort zone of the cave and the darkness and the empty room, uncreating something, not leaving. Although the divine saying, like, you'll know exactly what to say and do in the situation here to create something, but we have to be engaged with the universe. We can't be pulled away, you know. And I feel like there's an offer of commitment you're wanting to make, but you're not doing this because you're afraid of rejection, if I got to be honest with you, or afraid of the intensity, and afraid of being the student and then doing it wrong. Okay, so we need advice then. We need advice. So what is the advice then? Other than just, I mean, Kairos is really saying trust in the divine, that you have what it takes to say and do what you need to do when you need to do it. But I mean, you definitely aren't trusting that for whatever reason. You know, the fear, I feel, is the best of you here with the Pluto and against nature. So what is the guidance that the collective really needs to hear right now so that they can take action or do what they need to do? What is this guidance? The new pearl. So this is something built over time, you know, the gold, the pearl, because inside the shell here, there's like a tiny sand that over time, the agitation creates this beautiful pearl. So something over time creates a beautiful pearl, creates the gold. I feel like you don't want the discomfort. I don't feel There's a lot of downloads now that I'm getting, and I don't know necessarily if I'm flipped back to the other energy, but I feel that there has been something over time. Okay, but I feel like on one hand, the energy that I'm tapped into hasn't given the ability to feel the discomfort to even create the pearl. And I feel on the other hand, I feel that there's something that's been ongoing for quite some time in order to create the pearl. But you need both the sand and the availability of the potential to come together in order to create the pearl. You can't just have sand by itself. It has to be an alchemical wedding and a dance to create the pearl. And I feel like one energy isn't wanting to come out of the comfort zone in order to experience the agitation. And it's not that they just don't want to. I think they're fearful of the discomfort. And so what is the advice then? Why are they fearing this discomfort? Or I feel like for sure the rejection, but it feels like it'd be a discomfort here. And maybe that's the Earth's heart. So this could mean that there's the true core matter here, okay, but then there's all these other things sort of that potentially are also real that might get in the way here, but there's one true thing here that matters. One true thing here that matters, and there's all these other things that maybe we're letting get in the way or using as a reason we cannot, or it's keeping us believing that it's further away than it really is. And what else, Spirit, is collective needing to hear advice-wise for this? We have conjunction. This is also about, you know, a union of sorts where we can work with other energy in order to be cohesive. It's kind of like a temperance energy. The black and whites give masculine, feminine energy, you know, and this, the infinity sign. No end and no beginning here. I feel like, and then with the ring and the cycle, I feel like this is a karmic thing you're really having to break out of, because I think it's going to keep repeating and looping somehow, you know, like in your life. Maybe not necessarily this situation, but I feel like you're breaking some sort of karmic loop or being asked to. And here we have breath. So this is about giving life to something, but also to learn to breathe, like to take your time to pause and be able to ground yourself, but also be very present and live in the moment. And this is life. Like, we experience agitation, we experience rejection, we experience highs and lows. Like, I feel like maybe we only want to experience one thing only, you know, because the other thing might terrify us. But this will let us know that we're alive and living life. And it's better to have loved and lost than to have lost love and lost than just loss. Yeah. Let's pull some more here. Advice, guidance then. What is collective needing to hear? We have the glass. So in the glass here, it magnifies and brings into focus an aim and silencing all the other things. And with the Earth's core, I feel like there were so many other things. I feel like you're keeping some sort of distraction, some sort of obstacle alive that doesn't need to be there, if I got to be honest. And it's a way to cope, to stay in the cave, in the comfort zone, rather than to face rejection or to get into the intensity that I feel we're just really fearful of, you know. But are we really living then? You know, are we really living? And you could say, well, I don't want to live, and I guess it is your choice. But I feel like it's breaking some sort of karmic thing here that has you in some cycle, because I feel like the ring and the cave and the empty room, like, it doesn't feel good. And so we think that it's better, but it really is not. You know, it really isn't. So there's something we're not seeing here. There's the yellowing, dissipating of hope. I think we're going to lose out if we don't take aim, if we don't get focused, if we don't narrow in here, I feel like whatever this opportunity is dissipating. So let's go to the other energy then, because I do feel there's a dissipating energy of another side here of the opportunity itself we're not acting on. Winter. It's getting cold. It is getting cold. Like, instead of that intensity, it's getting cold. It's getting frozen. I don't feel it's completely frozen yet, but I feel it's getting frozen. And that was that sadness, because I feel like we might have missed with the Kairos or opportunity here. What else about that energy needs to be pulled through? Ooh, it's getting bitter and angry. I think we're missing our opportunity, and the other side is getting bitter and angry, potentially resentful, potentially cold. And so if you're feeling cold, bitter, angry, maybe you need to know the other side is deathly scared of coming out of their cave. You know? And what else for the side that I'm reading here? Look at Sun Splendor. There's happiness that's supposed to happen here. Okay? Happiness, a coming together. 10 Pentacles. But I feel we cannot attain a 10 Pentacles, especially if we're angry or upset or getting cold here, and certainly if we're staying in our cave. So I feel like both sides here are in shadow with the Pluto, going against nature instead of tapping into heart space and acting from a place of acceptance and love and caring and kindness. So let's see that energy again. What further can we tap into that winter energy? And oil of vitriol, tin. I need to be adaptable. I need to be adaptable. And even if we say, well, I've been adaptable and now I'm like cold and frozen, I feel like we're not going to get what we want. Because tin is a very pliable energy, very adaptable on both sides. Even the person in the cave needs to come out of their shelter, out of their cave, you know, with the shapeshifter, and be adaptable. So guidance for that side. I mean, be adaptable, you know, be like water, as Bruce Lee would say. I think I'm reading for both sides here. Autumn, because there's the harvest and the gold. It's coming. Like the thing I think we've been building over time, because I feel there's a pearl. Okay, there's a pearl that's being formed, but I feel we don't see the pearl just yet, because it really is there. It's there, kind of like I said, the sunset, but there's something behind that that's not spoken or seen just yet, or in the manifestation or in the harvest form, but it's always there. And so we're getting too hung up on what we see here and what we hear here, and it's causing conflict, and it's causing repeat cycles rather than allowing the harvest, because I feel the harvest here is the alchemical wedding, is the union, is the commitment and the offering. So should the collective here then make this commitment offer, what is the answer here then? Like, what's to happen next? I feel both sides needs to be adaptable. Definitely if we're angry or feeling frozen, we need to allow ourselves with the coagulation to heat up, so we're not fixed and stuck, and the situation isn't fixed and stuck. Look, summer. Okay, so this is about, I mean, in summertime, we're really present, you know, we're outside, we're having a good time. There's a lot of enjoyment, you know, we have a lot of experience out there, experiencing what is in front of us. And so I feel like there's a need for us to enjoy, rather than maybe be cut off, reflected, cold, see what could happen that's bad. You know, this is like, let's enjoy what's good here. And I feel we can enjoy what's good here. And then Raven's Head is the calling again. We can't unsee something. I feel like there's a connection here of sorts here, okay, that we can't unsee. We're being called to. And here he has the pearl that's already formed, that's already been agitated. It's already been formed. So to give up, to lose hope, to dissipate, I feel is sad, because of the time that it already kind of has been formed. Although yes, one side wasn't wanting to go through some sort of discomfort, I feel, but I feel like it's already been discomforting. Like the pearl has already been taking shape behind the scenes. We can't unsee this thing here, and now we're being called to action. And here we have spring. So we saw autumn, summer, spring, and spring is about thawing things out. So we got to thaw things out, and maybe it's stages. You know, if we're in winter, we got to thaw it out. If we're in the cave, we got to sort of warm up to this idea and take some sort of action, but it is about thawing things out. The only season we ain't seeing here is what aren't we seeing? We're seeing fall, summer, spring. Are there only 3 seasons? Oh my goodness, Linda. I really can't think of another season here. I think that's it. Summer, fall, winter, spring. We saw all of it. That's why. We saw autumn, summer, spring, and winter. We saw all the seasons. You guys saw all the seasons. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I'm getting brain farts. But the pearl. The pearl. That's, I feel there's something here that's been ongoing. The ring. A cycle here. It's already gone through all the seasons. I don't know. I'm here trying to save something that it seems like neither of you guys are wanting to save. So I don't know. I'm here. Divine wants to save this for some reason. Again, you have free will, you know, but I don't know. I feel one side's angry and cold, and one side is a little too cowardly, not wanting to leave their comfort zone. And so therefore this beautiful all-season thing that's been going over time is dissipating. Sad message. I don't know what to say except I wish you guys the very best, and I love you guys very much. And maybe this is, you know, for someone to say this message was for me, you know, let me take action. But I don't have a very good feeling that everyone's going to act in that way, because it does take us stepping outside of ourselves on both sides. You know, it takes both sides, like I said, with that agitation to make that pearl. So this is what I have, beautiful people, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.